Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Capricorn placements, there might be a message in here for you. So Capricorn, to get started, I have a few channeled messages. I already started your reading. This is take 2. So I do have a couple cards out. So I'm going to just include that in the channeled messages because it is related and I think it'll flow better. I had to restart because there's too many disruptions and it was just interrupting the flow. So anyways, the energy that was coming through as a channeled message is that you are healing your dark feminine energy. And that right now, it does feel like a significant healing time for you, but that you might be seeing something, like it could be through your dreams. You might be seeing something through a filter of fear. And so remembering that fear is not the reality. It does reveal something though. And what I'm getting for you is that you may be experiencing fears from a past trauma. This is meant to help you heal, but that you may be experiencing certain triggers. So just being conscious of that. So the example that was coming through is like if you have an arrow that you've been struck with, the initial pain is different from the pain of when you're removing the arrow. So it could be right now that you are in this process where you're removing a trigger, you're removing the arrow. There is a pain and discomfort that's associated with that, so just being conscious of it. And the last Taurus reading, which I will link above, may have a message in there for you because the theme of that reading and the title of that reading had something to do with like fear is the loudest right before you're about to enter a new cycle. So I was getting for you that this fear that you may be experiencing in whatever form that is a stepping stone into the next experience. So you do have to cross this threshold. Okay, and so that was all I got for channeled messages. So I'm going to just go into the cards that you got the first time I started this reading. So we're using the Archetypes deck today, and the cards that came out together were the Cave and the Flame. So this was coming through today as being... Sorry, there's so many disruptions. Hopefully you can't hear the noise, but I can hear it. So, okay, so the Cave is, I'm going to just briefly read through the description. Those who are fortunate enough to find and enter the cave are forever changed. It is a place of potent power, acting both as portal to another realm and a space for sacred ritual and initiation. The cave is a place to return for meaningful retreat where one can see the true self in the darkness. In esoteric teachings, the cave is known to reside in the center of the heart. Within its walls, the whispers of compassion and self-understanding can be heard. Yet because of its mystery and power, many of us fear the cave and never try to find it. We busy ourselves in the bright lights of the city while the cavernous and dimly lit chamber calls out to us in the night. Where is your cave? You already know. Return to it and tend to the fire. And interesting that line says tend to the fire because you have the flame coming out with it. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the underworld. And so what I'm getting with this energy, I am going to pull more cards in a second, but what came through with those two cards is this energy of, I was reading this in a description in a different deck this morning, but it was coming through this energy of like, let's say something negative happens to you, something bad, something traumatic, something painful. And so in an attempt to protect yourself, perhaps maybe Capricorn, you have that sometimes protection can come through as being this energy of entrapping yourself, actually. Like if you imagine in a bird cage, there's an aspect of yourself that you've been trying to protect from future pain or from future heartbreak, and as a result it's led to almost like an entrapment or a self-sabotage or isolation or that kind of thing. So it's coming through like that, where this thing is protected technically, but it's also not free. So there's something here of like finding a balance between those energies of protecting yourself, protecting one's boundaries without also entrapping yourself or isolating yourself or that kind of thing. And that's why healing is so important. So anyways, I feel like you're in this process now of trying to identify what that cage energy is for you, like freeing yourself from the cage while also still protecting your boundaries and all of that. So with the cave, I feel like maybe I do think that you're being called into some sort of initiatory experience, especially at the underworld at the bottom of the deck. This does talk about fears. And so, sorry, I hope you can't hear that. Anyways, it's very distracting. Okay, so the cave. I feel like there's this energy here where you are getting some sort of clarity about who you are, what this flame represents to you. Okay, so the flame says, the flame is at the center of the abdomen and believed to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite the fire, to cup your hands gently around the things you've forgotten and protect the flame no matter how harshly the winds around you blow. It could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. Yeah, it's I feel like you are being called to find that flame again, whatever that is. Again, it is coming through as like protecting the flame so that it doesn't go out, but also giving it enough space and light and materials to work with in order for it to grow as well, right? Like I feel like there's something here about inspiration that's wanting to be relit. I do feel like you are discovering some sort of flame within yourself, like within your heart, like something that is inspiring, that I feel like maybe hasn't been seen before, or that like has been maybe even like unexplored. It could be because I am kind of getting this energy for you, Capricorn, where it's like you discover this cave, whatever that is for you, and in that cave there's a flame that you're being asked to tend to, is how it's feeling. But I do think it is going to reveal something. The Destroyer coming out next. Very interesting. That's and the Crone, yeah, at the bottom of the deck. So significant ending, but look how, like, look at the eyes in these two cards. I feel like Scorpio energy is significant to you at this time as well. I feel like the last two Scorpio readings have had this message of the Destroyer. So I will link, I'll link just the last Scorpio reading above. It's had this energy of destroying something that hasn't been serving you. And I feel like there's, like, it is coming through this energy of a bird cage. And the bird is significant as well, because I feel like it might have something to do with your voice, the throat chakra especially. Just take it how it resonates, but if an aspect of yourself that hasn't been free to express is how it's coming through. But you're destroying the cage that has been keeping it stuck. And I want to say that this has something to do with your own desire to protect yourself, right? Like from pain, especially if this pain was caused by someone in the past. Okay. I get a card for you for the cave, an animal card. Yeah, the hawk. This is a divine messenger energy. I do feel like you are being led towards this. You're being led towards this, this initiatory experience is how it's coming through. Like, follow the signs. You're being led to this. I feel like you haven't discovered it yet, but you are close. It's like, especially if you're being called to like go anywhere, Capricorn, or like, your intuition might be telling you to like move in a certain way or to go towards something, or that you're just seeing a lot of signs or a desire to explore something. It doesn't have to be a physical place necessarily, but it could be like explore a new craft, or I don't know, explore some sort of new opportunity for you. Pay attention to that, because that is what the cave represents. Like, I feel like it is this energy for you of like connecting to something that will reveal the trueness of your heart, or what it is that you desire, and whatever this flame is that you're being asked to tend to. And again, it feels like inspiration of some sort. Yeah. With the flame, you have Cobra and the snake. Very interesting. Okay, so this combination together feels very much like a Kundalini awakening. Doesn't have to be that for you, but just take it how it resonates. The snake is this card about it's a card that represents potential, and that whatever this potential is, it's protected, right? So it could be this new beginning. The Cobra comes in with this energy of the mentor, when the student is ready, the mentor appears, is what comes through with this card. Let's see what else there is in there. Pausing, waiting, and the inner teacher. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher, and manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Yeah. I do think you will be learning something about this flame, whatever it is. And the snake is guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. It's a symbol of our highest potential. It's worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there's no more time to waste. Yeah. So especially because you have the destroyer and the snake card, there has been an energy within you that has been unawakened or untapped up until now, Capricorn. And you're going on this journey of awakening that, right? Like, it's like the snake energy has been sleeping, dormant. The destroyer energy comes in. So, and okay, anyways, I'm just going to say how it's coming through. The destroyer energy comes in and wakes up the snake into the Cobra. So it could be that there's something here where you are going to be learning something. I feel like with the destroyer energy, it could be experienced as a tower moment, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be a negative tower moment either. It could be a very positive one. But I feel like there's something here where it's like, well, interesting that this sort of disruption energy, I don't know if you can hear it or not. Well, it's died down now, but this sort of like knocking, like it's kind of like there's this knocking energy trying to wake up this aspect of yourself that almost feels a little disruptive, or whatever that is. It does feel significant in that way. It is waking up some sort of hidden potential, or untapped or unawakened potential. And then you have the swan coming out as the last card, the last animal card here under the destroyer. So this card does talk about I want to say like healing through creative expression. Whatever that expression is, it's like the things that we create becomes a reflection of who we are. And then there's healing in that. And then you have the bear at the bottom of the deck, which is another card about awakening. So I do feel like you are going through some sort of significant awakening, Capricorn. This one is very creative. Effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, elegant power. Yeah, it's heightened creativity. There is something your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard. An inner vision likely to be revealed. Okay, so I do feel like it is there's energy here of like an aspect of yourself, an aspect of your soul that has been protected up until now. Perhaps, and I'm saying this in a way where it's like maybe something happened that caused you to create these boundaries around this aspect of yourself in order to protect it from harm. But at the same time, it's almost like trapped that aspect. So there may be something here where you may be experiencing something of a disruption that is forcing this aspect of you to awaken. And from that is creating, it's like it's creating something. I do feel like there's a desire for this aspect of yourself to be freed and to be given space. I want to say, again, birds are coming through as significant, right? It's like releasing the bird from the cage. That's what this energy is. And giving it space to breathe, I want to say. It's a very beautiful energy. That you have forest, muddled and unclear thinking. That's coming out under the cave. So, okay. Because I feel like there's this feeling here where the hawk is trying to guide you out of this, right? Like you may be experiencing at the moment some confusion or like not being able to see the path out of this is how that's feeling. Not being able to see the path out of this, whatever that is for you. The cave is also an energy that is found in the forest archetype, right? Like it is coming through as a bit of like a temporary place of rest in the midst of some form of confusion. But the hawk is coming through as being like a messenger, right? And it doesn't have to be necessarily spiritual in that way. It could be coming from an actual person who's serving as a messenger to help you out of the forest. Yeah, dealings or relationships with a man. So it could be through masculine energy. Just take it how it resonates. It's more so giving this energy of like, it's an actual embodied person who's helping you to do this, right? Like it could be someone who is saying something to you that may be helpful to get you out of the forest, whatever that means. And then you have door. Opportunities are waiting for you. And I do feel like you do have to open this door, Capricorn. Like, again, the door is coming through as something where it's like, it has been protected. And then you have eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. So a lot of bird energy. It's like you're freeing this bird that has been in the cage for however long. You have tree, affairs with your family. And interesting that you have tree and forest coming through. So part of the confusion or muddled and unclear thinking may have to do with your family. Yeah, and then you have problems to be resolved, the ink pot. But there might be something about writing that's significant or that may be helpful for you in this time. Like, because the Swan card does specifically mention like writing or journaling or something like that. So that might be helpful for you. But there are problems to be resolved. Can I get one more card? And then the Moon, changes in your life. Okay, so I'm getting this energy of reflections as well with that. Then you have at the bottom of the deck, target, a goal-oriented person, and bag, which says something important such as a new job or a raise. I do think this is something that you have been wanting to explore or spend more time on. Whatever that is for you, you have been wanting to, but it's almost like I'm getting this energy of like making excuses not to do it. Like so it could be that it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of commitment. It takes this sort of like, I want to say like, as a metaphor, like in chemistry, where certain reactions between elements or chemicals requires a certain amount of energy in order to like get over the initial, it's like to give it enough initial momentum, right? I'm sorry, I'm not explaining that well, but it's coming through as activation energy. You need a significant amount of activation energy in order to get over that energetic hump that's needed in order to push a reaction forward. So that's how it's coming through for you, that you haven't had enough like of that activation energy to get you started on something difficult. I feel like that's what's coming in for you. It's like you're getting that activation energy to like propel you forward in order to get this reaction started, whatever that is for you. It's like, because it's, you have some sort of door here. It's coming through as being like the amount of force necessary to like push open the door, right? Like that's how it's coming through. You haven't perhaps had that yet, or you've had perhaps self-limiting beliefs that haven't been able to push you forward through that door. I do think that's what's coming, or that's what you're being initiated into, especially with this energy here of like the hawk, like a divine messenger that's going to help you to get the momentum needed to get through the door or to start this reaction or whatever. And again, that is coming through as a tower moment, because the tower energy is the lightning, right? It's like a change, a sudden change that creates all of these like consequences. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. I feel like in your case, this tower energy is coming through as like, it's the force necessary to get you over that energetic toll to get you started on this path. That's how it's coming through. I do think though that it will create some problems that you have to resolve, and don't be afraid of that, Capricorn, because I feel like it is in the end going to be very I don't know, it's coming through the word inspiring, but it doesn't have to be that necessarily. It's coming through as being like, it's giving you something to work with is really what is wanting to be said there. So but I'm being drawn to this tree and forest energy again. Because the forest is coming through as muddled and unclear thinking, right? And then you do also have this bird that is like sort of flying over the canopies. So, sorry, I'm so bad at these sayings, but seeing the forest for the trees. seeing the big picture, instead of focusing on the details. Like there might be something like that, like flying over the forest, flying over the canopy of the trees, instead of focusing on the minute details. Because it could also be something like that, but it's almost coming through in the reverse. Like maybe you have been overwhelmed by how big of a task this seems. Like this is how it's feeling. Like maybe there's something here where, let's say you have an idea in mind, right? Like just as an example, this is like a business idea or opportunity. It's like you are getting overwhelmed with the amount of work that you may need to put into that you're going to have to put into this. Like, all of these steps, like looking at the big picture and getting overwhelmed by it. But then it's almost shifting into this perspective of like, instead of looking at the big picture, focus on one tree at a time, one step at a time, one task at a time, in order to sort of ground yourself, or to like, and especially with the ink pot, like I'm kind of getting this energy here of like, you have to tackle one problem at a time, whatever that is for you. Yeah, I don't know what this tower moment is, but I do feel like there are problems to resolve from this. Like, imagine if there's a lightning storm, right? And a tree catches on fire, let's say, right? Like a lot of forest fires start that way. And it's almost like there are, let's say, multiple trees burning. If you try to put out the fire, very interesting though that this coming through like this, because the flame is the card that we want, right? It's like this inner passion, but it's also coming through with this duality of like it's a negative thing, right? Like there's something here where, again, that's that filter of fear. I feel like there's something here where it's like, you may be experiencing fear because of, affairs with your family. I don't know. Maybe your family is coming through as a significant sort of, a thing that you're trying to protect, right? Could be that might be part of what you're trying to protect, right? From the fire, which would make sense. Very interesting. But fire does need wood to burn, right? That doesn't mean that the whole forest is going to get burnt down, right? It just means that, you take consciously. Like, I feel like there's something like that coming through here. Fire feels like an element that is causing a bit of fear. That's just how it's coming through for you, Capricorn. Like this energy of like passion or, yeah. Fire that is unchecked feels like the fear. So that might be something that you're being asked to work through. You have 8 of Pentacles coming out first and 9 of Swords. Yeah. Very interesting. It's anxiety, worry about, like, with the 8 of Pentacles though, that talks about work, right? Like going to work on something. It is very engaging with the 8 of Pentacles. Like, it does also bring in this energy of purpose, but there's something fearful about that, or something that's causing a bit of worry. Five of Swords coming out next. And 6 of Wands. I do think you are overcoming something here with the 5 of Swords. This card can represent having to just say no to something is really what's coming through with that. Like, You have the Lovers and the Six of Swords. So now you have 3 sixes in a row. So you may be seeing 666, or that is coming through as this. To me, sixes represent harmony, right? Like something becoming easier. It is also the card about the soul path. And with the Lovers here, I do feel like it is about finding more peace, especially because it's coming after the 9 and the 5 of Swords. The 9 and the 5 of Swords are both difficult energies. You have worry and you have, well, I just heard greed there, so it could be that. 5 of Swords can also be this sort of like sharpness in words. It could be having to cut something off that's not serving you. It's also like it's sharp words. I do feel like you're overcoming that and coming into a place more of peace with the 6 of Swords. Like it's more peaceful. And the 6 of Wands is saying that you're overcoming something with the Eagle. You are overcoming some sort of conflict or triumph. And with the Lovers, I do feel like there is some sort of divine intervention that's bringing you to the right thing, whatever that is. Page of Cups. And 8 of Swords. It's the 8 of Swords. High Priestess and the Knight of Wands. Okay, I'm getting this 8 of Swords as being someone else for you. Okay, lots of swords in your energy. You have 3 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting this energy here of like somebody, again, it could be in your family, right? Or the 8 of Swords is coming through someone who has self-limiting beliefs, right? Like they have some sort of blindfold on. They aren't seeing a situation clearly. And you're coming out with the Page of Cups towards this person where you're perhaps offering something that feels very innocent and genuine with the Page of Cups. It's very heart-centered. It's like like something that's just very sweet and heartwarming is how I see the Page of Cups. It's like a gesture or something like that I feel like is helping to resolve some sort of self-limiting belief that another person has. Or Capricorn, just flip this if it's not resonating with you. Like maybe there's someone coming in that's going to help you break down some self-limiting beliefs that you may have. And turning it into the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands. So it could be that for you. Just take it how it resonates. Because I'm seeing here that once those self-limiting beliefs are dismantled, it's like you become the High Priestess and the Knight of Wands. Like being able to move forward with whatever this is. There are self-limiting beliefs here that need to be destroyed. Is just what's coming through with that. Can I get a few more cards? Yeah, Justice and the Nine of Wands. It's very interesting because the 9 of Wands is coming through with that energy of protection, right? The wounded healer. I feel like these self-limiting beliefs have been formed from wounds of the past, and it's formed this sort of like cage around you, or around an aspect of you, Capricorn, that is protective but is also isolating. And I feel like that's what's wanting to be resolved. It's like with the 8 of Cups at the bottom of the deck, walking away from that because it's not serving you. And I want to say that it's like actually hindering a very important part of the process for you, where in order to be on your divine path, this aspect of self has to be freed. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonates with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.